Hello and welcome to the Against the Fence podcast. As many of you will know from last year, we had a Fight Picks League, which came to its conclusion with Harris winning. I think I can edit that if that's wrong. At the end of last year, winning some fabulous prizes, and we plan to do the same again this year. So this is a bit of a special episode. It's a little bit different, and we've got Ben from MMA Fantasy with us today with some news about some updates and what we can expect coming over this next year. And also, all below, and we've been pushing it all week. If you want to join the league, the code's in the link to the description down below. Share it with all your mates, get involved. It's going to be an exciting one. We've got a great new year ahead of us. How are you doing, Ben?
Doing great. Thanks for having me. I'm excited.
It was a bit of a different one this because it's a bit of like a tech kind of. It feels a bit techie today, which is a bit different for me. But I want to start off with, and because we're a fan channel, we're based off of the people that we interact with are fans, and we want to hear their voice and their opinion. And I think the foremost from speaking to you earlier in the week is understanding that actually you and it's your brother, right, that you've done this with, are both
Yeah.
massive UFC fans to start off with. So where did kind of the UFC come in for you and your brother and lead us to like kind of today, I guess?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So my brother and I, we started watching in middle school. He kind of stuck with it and was all in on UFC. Funny story, actually, I had to take a bit of a break from watching it because I was getting too aggressive in hockey, apparently.
Okay.
So my parents were like, no more UFC, and I was just young, right? So um, I stopped watching just so I could play hockey, really. And then I started watching again in 2018. Um, so I've always been a fan of it. Just certain circumstances kind of prevented me. But
Mhm.
my brother, he's been watching all throughout his life. Like the GSP era, that was his favorite fighter. Um, and yeah, the rest is history. Now we watch every event. And create pools and stuff for every event. So we're all in.
So where did the idea or like, the inspiration come then from creating the MMA Fantasy app?
Yeah, so we started off in high school.
Hmm.
My brother, he built this website for just like friends and family to join. It's kind of like a similar style to the MMA Fantasy app. We just had like our friends and stuff. It wasn't public at all. So we started out with that and we really liked it. And then my brother, being a programmer, he's always wanted to build a mobile app. So he's like, hey, he came up with this idea for MMA Fantasy. He's like, hey, what if we make a mobile app and have it so the whole world can use it? And we kind of went from there. He did all the programming, came up with a logo, and then yeah, we just started making our social media pages and just trying to grow our fan base from there.
Mm.
Um, yeah, so it's just really the idea that it's our passion and we love it. We love watching fights, and we know a lot of other people do as well. So we wanted to create something around UFC and fight picks.
Mm. Is it?
Yeah.
Do you? Because a lot of the guys that are creating content these days that I've seen is like a big upcoming thing at the moment. Is kind of the bet picks almost. I thought that could be something integrated quite well into kind of understanding what people on the app have kind of uh, almost seeing a swing of who people have picked for. Is that something that you think you could possibly integrate into it? I think that'd be an interesting dynamic.
Like seeing what other people pick and stuff.
Yeah. So say like coming up fights and your people are going through trying to decide who they want to pick. Obviously, you've already integrated the kind of statistical side of it, but it'd just be interesting to see kind of the swing in terms of most people. You've obviously got the underdogs and stuff like that to help you decide and see more if you don't know who the fighters are, but maybe. I don't know, 60% have chosen one fighter and 40% have chosen another. Could you integrate that kind of?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. We could look into doing that. Um, we had that in our website version where we could see who picked what, so you can kind of catch
Okay.
up. But we really want to focus on having the user use their own fight knowledge to make picks. So there's not like changing picks like in between fights to like kind of make the leaderboard or climb the leaderboard.
Mm,
Although that is a strategic move, we kind of want to make it the user's knowledge based
mm,
picks be the forefront of how we run the app. So
yeah.
maybe after the picks are locked in, we could show like, oh, these people pick this fighter, you pick this fighter, and then we can see like the percentages and stuff. But
Mm.
yeah, something we've thought about for sure.
I think it's because I always get absolutely hammered at our group, so it's always interesting for me to know what everyone else has chosen because I
Yeah,
always do
yeah,
so poorly. It might help me out. I'm just cheating slightly, maybe. Um,
yeah.
can you, like, for someone that obviously hasn't used the app before, could you kind of walk us through kind of the thinking behind the actual interface and the features of it, so people can kind of acclimatize?
Yeah, so you can download the app. It's on the App Store and Google Play Store. Start by doing that, and then you get thrown into the homepage, and you can either create a pool or join a pool um, with a join code. And yeah, so it's all laid out on the app. It's pretty intuitive, I think.
Mm,
Um,
yeah, agreed.
and we have this section called community pools. So if you don't have a pool or like are looking for a pool to join, you can go to the community pools page, and there'll be a list of pools you can join. So you can just start right away, or you can create your own pool, like I said, with your friends
Mm.
and create your own league like you guys have done. So, and then I can get into like how the points are awarded and stuff too.
Yeah, I think that'd be helpful. Yeah, so people can understand like kind of the competitive edge of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So once you create a pool, you can either choose for method and round picks. You can choose the full card, main event, and co-main, or just the main card. So you got a little bit of options there for what you want to do. So we actually allow you to pick what method you think the fight's going to end in and what round, and then you get additional point for each of those you get correct. And then you also get a point on top if you pick the correct fighter. Um, and then we have a thing called extreme underdog. So if the odds are greater than 500 point difference, I think the odds are a little different in Europe, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
we we have it set so let's say um, we have one fighter who's a plus 200 underdog, and you have the other fighters a minus 300 favorite.
Hmm.
That's a difference of 500 points.
Hmm.
So if you pick the underdog, you'll actually get two extra points. So it's a bit of a risk, but if you're kind of behind in the leaderboard, it's a good option to pick if you want to catch up.
Mm.
And then we have the leaderboard page, which shows everyone in the pool. First, second, and third are kind of highlighted with gold, silver, and bronze icon
Yeah.
beside their name. And yeah, that's basically it. We got a new function rolling out with blog posts you can add to the app. That's something we've been working on. So we can have like a ATF blog post on the homepage and then have a link to your pool or whatever, um, just so people can get informed and stay up to date with the latest. So
Hmm.
that's uh that's basically it, I think, for the rundown. Yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of, because I know we were talking a little bit more about it earlier in the week. Um, what's kind of that? What's next for the app stage? What are you looking to do over this, say, next year? Would you say that's going to change on the app that people could look forward to as such?
Yeah, so we have a lot of dreams and aspirations for the app, a lot of ideas. One thing we've been dreaming about is introducing ranked mode. So basically, you'll get a certain amount of points for how well you've done, kind of like XP or like experience points. and then that will tally throughout your career, I guess, through MMA Fantasy, and then you build XP, and then you'll get like a rank for how many picks you've got right, and you can kind of go head to head with other people.
Mm,
Let's say like Harris and Leslie, two of the top pickers in our app. They can go like they can kind of compete to get the highest rank.
that's cool.
So that's something we want to incorporate soon, and it's going to take it's going to take some time, but we're working with a designer to help us roll that out as well.
Mm,
And then we also want to sort of gamify the experience to have fighter cards. So let's say you win an event for a John Jones main event card. You'll then get like a John Jones card that
mm.
you can display on your profile to say, oh, this person won that event. Um, it's kind of just like a trophy, I guess. So, yeah, that's something we've been dreaming about, and hopefully we can roll that out this year.
Mm.
But for now, yeah, we're just grinding.
I
Yeah.
love like I'm a big fan of that kind of award kind of system, like a card or something like that. Have you ever thought about doing it in like kind of and like monetizing it in terms of like an NFT sense? I think that could be a really cool
Mm,
opportunity because I mean NFTs and crypto is such a big thing now. That people could almost it's another incentive to play and score well that people could almost trade their cards.
yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, have somehow incorporate crypto into that and NFTs. That would be cool for sure. Um, and who knows where it goes? I mean, like
Yeah,
NFTs have kind of fallen off a little bit,
yeah,
but
yeah.
maybe we can bring it back with MMA Fantasy.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be there. All of a sudden, I'll be interested in NFTs trying to collect my Arnold Allen 101 or something like that. That'd be super cool.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, that'd be sweet.
One of the things that, because I don't know a lot about the kind of tech industry, how does the dynamic work between like you and your brother? Obviously, he's the programmer, and then you look into kind of like, I guess, the development, the market, the social media, that kind of stuff. How does it
Yeah.
work behind the scenes? Because programming has always been a bit, I mean, my my mind thinks like ones and zeros and kind of like Python, and that's kind of it.
Hmm. So, yeah, I don't know anything about coding, to be honest. My brother, he's been coding since he's was in high school, so he's the
Mm.
mastermind behind everything. And sometimes he gives me rundowns of what he's been coding. I'm like, oh yeah, sweet. I don't understand it, but um, it's just cool to see him work and just kind of light up with all these ideas and kind of bringing the vision into life.
Hmm.
Um, but other than that, the dynamic, I mean, we're best friends, so it's smooth sailing. Um, and I just run the social media
Mm.
and try to build the community up. Um, so yeah, he's the coder. I'm the social media guy, and I think together we make a really good team
Yeah, I agree. I think what you've produced so far, from using the app with the guys last year, it's definitely it's very good. And I mean, feedback from like JK and some of the other guys, particularly, we reached out to a few people trying to say like, what's your feedback, and all of it was positive. So it was really hard for me to come in here and like suggest some ideas from the guys. Because they're just like they love it and the interface is really simple, really easy to use, and they love that fact. It's not overwhelming. I think some people try to put maybe too much in there, and then you kind of get taken away with like, what the hell am I doing? um
right?
so yeah, it was really nice for us to hear that, because not only, I mean, I assume it's quite nice for you, but it's good that we've kind of landed on something that we enjoy, and then obviously the people that watch, listen, or whatever it is also enjoy.
For sure. Yeah, we try to make the app as intuitive as possible. We think simpler is better,
Hmm.
and just for ease of use. And yeah, it gets like with this many ideas that we have, it gets
Hmm.
kind of complicated to make everything seem smooth and seamless.
Yeah.
But we somehow figured out a way to make it pretty easy to use. So
Mm.
I think that's one of the strong suits of the app.
So outside of kind of, I guess, against the fence and your interactions of against the fence, how is it for you at the moment? How do you feel like the development of this is going?
Yeah, so I actually have some stats
Oh,
from
nice.
last year. So 2024, we had 1,836 users that made fight predictions, and total of 1,049 pools were created.
Wow.
153,100 fight predictions were made, and the app was actually translated into 15 different languages. So we're trying to make it accessible worldwide, and we have pools in like Serbia, France, I think a couple in South America. Um, so it's exciting to see it grow for sure.
That's
So
really
yeah,
impressive. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, continue.
no, that was basically it. But yeah, we're trying to hit a goal of 1,000 active monthly users.
Mhm.
So I think we're around 600. So we're
Nice.
striving for that goal.
Hmm. Where does
Yeah.
the UK rank on that list? Do you know?
Um, I could quickly find out. I don't have it off the top of my head, but
No, it's fine.
it's
No, no.
definitely up there. It's definitely up there for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is there
Yeah.
any plans to? Because obviously MMA is quite a niche sport. Have you got plans to try and like develop into other sports as well, or you just because you're passionate of MMA, you just want to stick to MMA?
Yeah, I think we're sticking with UFC specifically,
Hmm.
um, because they usually have a fight night or pay-per-view every week. It's kind
Yeah.
of a good balance.
Hmm.
Um, there might be some options to like incorporate like contender series and potentially even like Ultimate Fighter fights in the future.
Hmm.
That's something we haven't really thought about yet, but kind of just, yeah, like the options are endless, I guess. But yeah,
Hmm.
just sticking with UFC for now.
How far do the analytics go on that? Can you see like when people have made picks, as you were saying before, you could incorporate how many people have swung what way. If you can you like trend stuff over time? It'd just be interesting from our perspective to kind of understand um, who people like are really really engaged with that like might be smaller people.
Mm. Yeah, so we can only see the total amount of picks made.
Okay.
So we can't really dive into who picked what. Um, so maybe potentially we could look at data with who picked which fighter and like have the fighter stats for
Hmm.
how many picks they have. Um, so you can kind of see that data um, and like analyze that and stuff. So
Hmm.
yeah,
And you were saying about the community pools. You guys were hosting for the pay-per-views your own kind of like competition, weren't you? Talk to us a little bit about that.
yeah. So every pay-per-view, every big event, we'll do a cash prize for the winner.
Hmm.
Um, whoever tops the leaderboard will get a PayPal transfer. Um, for the big events, it's kind of a bigger prize,
Hmm.
but for like just the normal pay-per-view, I guess we kind of stick to a standard. So um, it's kind of just a cool way for fans to get some prizes and have incentive to make the right picks and climb the leaderboard. So
And are
yeah,
you and your brother also in that pool when you do
uh,
that?
no,
Ah,
we
okay.
I'm in the pool, but I don't make picks just so
Hmm.
I can see the leaderboard and stuff. But we
Yeah.
think that would be unfair if we were actually participating in it. Um, I mean, we could participate.
I think that'd be cool if you got a league where you guys, or even if you guys joined the Against the Fence League. I don't know if you guys are in it, but
Yeah, I joined it actually.
oh, sweet. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
cool. That's good.
Yeah, I
Okay,
make picks on that league. Yeah,
sweet.
on your
Yeah,
league.
so if anyone's watching or listening and you want to go up against the guys that made the app, then jump in. We'll have the code to join our pool, and we'll have links to the app on Google Play and Apple below. So yeah, just jump on and we'll see you there. It'll be fun. If you could make a dream pick, so it basically like your dream matchup here, I guess, if you're, for your app, who would it be and why?
Oh wow. I mean, John Jones versus Tom Aspinall is obviously a huge one.
Yeah,
Um, I know you guys are likely supporting Aspinall, being from
slightly biased over here. Yeah,
yeah, that would be a huge matchup. Um, we'd have to see what the odds are like there. I don't know. John Jones would probably be the favorite. Um, not to trash Aspinall, but John Jones is pretty dominant. That would be cool. I mean, if McGregor ever comes back, that would be pretty big.
Mhm.
Obviously, he's got his own things going on, but
Yeah,
hopefully, we see him at least one more time. Um, I'm a big fan of Dustin Poirier, so any fights he's in, like when he knocked out McGregor, I was just losing it. I was going crazy. Like that was the best thing ever.
yeah, yeah.
Um, so maybe Poirier Holloway, that would be cool.
Nice. Yeah, yeah. I like that one.
Yeah, something like that.
BMF.
BMF, yeah. Um, who else? I mean, middleweight division, it's kind of, I don't know, it's not the best right now. I don't really like the matchups, so to say, but
They feel
I was
really
always a,
awkward, don't they? They just feel really
yeah,
awkward, no matter who it is.
it's like Strickland or Duplessis or, and then you throw in Adesanya. It's like they need a champion that can defend the title for a while. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, if
um,
anyone had asked me a couple of years ago, who do you think is going to dethrone Israel Adesanya, I would never have said either of those guys were going to beat him, and it's just very weird, very weird. I don't
yeah,
like it. Yeah.
yeah, it's strange, but it is what it is.
Mhm.
I guess it's cool to have some variety. Um, One thing I wanted to ask you actually, if you wanted to make your pool, make your ATF league public for community pool,
Yeah,
um,
100%. That'd be super cool.
I can actually do that real time if you want. You can show it on the app and stuff.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, but for us, it's just a really good way to engage with other fans, and put competition behind it. Last year we did prizes for some of the pay-per-views, and then for like the end of the year. Um, and this year we want to do the same and possibly do more, because it's really good. I like the dynamic, especially how we utilize it, which is like when guys are watching along with us on the live stream, when we do the watch alongs on the weekends, where you can talk about who have you picked and how have you picked them to win by, and stuff like that, and you kind of get that extra suspense and interaction talking about how we think the fight's going to go and why. And the dynamic of this app for us is just fabulous, and I think that's why we like it so much.
Mm, yeah, yeah, we appreciate that. Um, yeah, there's options like customization.
Mhm.
You meet new people.
Yeah.
I've met a lot of cool UFC fans on X, and just engaging with them, and like we want to have that fan and creator relationship
Hmm.
where it doesn't feel like there's a barrier between the two.
Yeah.
So we got our Discord server. You can hop in on there and chat with us. You can connect on X, and yeah, we got Instagram page, stuff like that. And yeah, we just really thank you for having us on the podcast too, to just kind of gain that exposure. So,
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a great collaboration. Like you said, you've got all those social media pages. I'll also link all of those down below. So, guys, if you're interested in following these guys, and even if you've got any ideas or thoughts yourself, I mean, I've given a few ideas myself, and the guys are happy for you to do that. Um, yeah, all of them are down below. And I look forward to seeing how this year goes. Hopefully, I do a bit better than last year. That's
It's
absolutely terrible. But
all
yeah, I
good.
guess, yeah. Thank you very much for joining us.
No
Um,
worries.
is there anything else you want to close with?
Yeah, let me just see here. I'm gonna try to get your pool on community here.
Mhm.
It's ATF Fight League. Yeah, there it is,
Yeah,
2025. So I'll select that and then community pool, save, boom. And now we go into the app and it should pop up here. Just give it one sec. Might take a little bit to update, but in
mhm.
the community pools tab, you're gonna pop up there shortly. And
Nice. That's
then
so cool.
anyone who uses the app will be able to join that. So hopefully you can drive
Yeah,
some more users there.
yeah, we really appreciate that. Thank you very much. And yeah, look forward to seeing how this next year goes. Excited for it. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm stoked. Thanks for having me.
No worries. And
Peace.
then